Hello, my fellow history-loving friends. I hope this day finds you happy, healthy, and captivated. I want to inform you on how this film came to light. I was walking through beautiful historical Fairmont Cemetery in Denver and came around a long corner, and there this monument stood, the mother of the talking board. Elated, I did some research and will speak intently of her amazing saga. Please remember, everything is in positive light. Nothing relayed can hurt you. Never play alone, and have fun no matter the chore. Please like and subscribe. It is a free way for you to help me on my ventures, and you can come with me. Please comment below and let me know how you like my films. What would you like to see more of? I have many more films to bring to you. And they're all in pieces because they're kind of all over the place. Where people come from and where they've been and where they have their resting place. I want to show that all in the stories that I bring. I just want to convey to all my friends and my family, all my clan, thank you for being here for me on my journalism journey. Sometimes I feel alone in this world where I linger on the edges of society in this continued pandemic. I had COVID and I've had it for 3 months. There is such a thing as long COVID, and it just took a long time to get my energy back, but I'm getting there, and now I can go on some adventures, and you all can come with me before winter comes. I have so few time and so many stories to tell. I want everyone to remember, and I want to tell their stories. So, first, I have to go swimming with Meadow, and then we're gonna go. So please come along with me.
Hold your dogs.
For many years, people thought the word "we," meaning yes, and "ja," also meaning yes, meant the board's name simply meant yes, yes. But that would soon be quelled in 2013. In 1848, spiritualism began throughout the states, such as the claims of the Fox sisters in upstate New York, who cited to talk to spirit through knocks. A desire to speak to the deceased weighed heavily on society then, where the age limit was less than 60 years old. In 1886, the board was reported in the Associated Press newspaper to spell out letters and numbers bringing messages from spirit. A few years went by before someone saw possibilities of financial backbone to produce the boards on the open market. The first to do so was Charles Kennard. In 1890, Kennard, along with 4 colleagues, formed the Kennard Novelty Company. Yet they didn't have a name. Talking boards did exist years before Ouija. Some looked like Ouija and some didn't. Some used dial plates, pressing your hand upon a device with a needle, the pressure directed toward numbers and letters. One evening about April 1890, while trying the board with a Miss Peters Nosworthy, I remarked that we had not yet settled upon a name. And as the board had helped us in other ways, we would ask it to propose one. It spelled out Ouija. When I asked the meaning of the word, it said, "Good luck." Miss Peters thereupon drew from her neck a chain which had at the end a locket. On it the figure of a woman, and at the top the word Ouija. We asked her if she had thought of this name, and she said she had not. We then adopted the word. I went to Washington with Miss Peters, a strong medium, and there demonstrated it to one of the chiefs of the patent office. So fully was he impressed that he assured me then that a patent would be allowed. Elijah Bond, patentee of the Ouija board. How cool is that? The hand device for most boards called a planchette, a word for a small board going back to medieval France, often with a hole for a pencil to write a message. E.C. Reach, a cabinet maker, had been credited to inventing the Ouija board in 1886, believed to have sold the invention to Charles Kennard, later claiming it was stolen. Kennard was said to have invented the board's idea by placing a breadboard on a table in his new kitchen of his new house, holding a teacup over it, realizing he had found a way to access his subconsciousness. One of Charles Kennard's 4 colleagues had a sister-in-law, Helen Augusta Peters Nosworthy, also a stockholder in the company and considered a strong medium. When the name of the board came up in conversation, she politely asked the board what it wanted to be called. The planchette moved to spell out Ouija. When she asked the board what the word meant, it spelled out good luck. Now that the board had a name, it would need a patent, but the patent office declined to say unless it could be proven that the board actually worked, the patent would not be authorized. On February 10th, 1891, they traveled to Washington, D.C., but alas, met with resistance, till the chief patent officer decided to speak with them himself. The officer tells them, "I don't know you and you don't know me, but if that contraption can spell out my name, you've got yourself a patent." According to letters and patent file records, the board did exactly what he asked and spelled out his last name. The officer was visibly shaken and replied, "You've got your patent," and quickly he left the room. Helen and Elijah came from a strong Southern family during the Civil War. After the war, Helen and her siblings would go out onto the battlefield and collect buttons off dead soldiers' uniforms. The buttons were very sentimental but soon lost. They asked the board what happened to the buttons. A name of their own family member was spelled out. An argument divided the family because half believed the board and half didn't. A frustrated Peters decided to tell everyone to stop use of the board because it was telling lies. A year after the board's marketing release, she married Shakespearean actor then salesman Ernest Nosworthy. And the pair settled in Denver until her passing in 1940. Robert Murch, founder and chairman of the board and president of the Talking Board Historical Society, founded in 2013, found the archives of the newspaper relaying her trip to the Patent Office. On September 22, 2018, the Talking Board's Historical Society, Mayor of Denver, President of the Fairmont Heritage Foundation, descendants, and well-received public gathered at the grave of Helen Augusta Peters Nosworthy to dedicate the beautiful memorial in her honor. I will link the video of the unveiling of her memorial gravestone and story behind finding her life and honoring her in history.